Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Weekly Stoke. I'm super excited for today's episode because I get to do a collaboration with my friend Stef Fleck. And I think you guys are starting to see her more because she has this epic YouTube channel that she's starting to hit on some of the important topics that we all know and love, like not only just return to snow, doing ski stuff, but then recently had talked about the importance of talking about mental health and breaking the stigma. So today we're going to do a little bit different though, and we're going to talk about workouts, but we're more importantly going to talk about returning to workouts after a long ski season. So Steph, it's so awesome to have you on here today, and I'm so excited to get started and share this stuff with the Sync community. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
So I guess really to start it off, what do you normally think about when you finish up the ski season and you want to get back in the gym? Are you the kind of athlete that likes to take a long break, or do you hop right back into it and start working out again?
I generally try to force myself to take at least a week off because the season is so long and I tend to get burned out early in the summer if I start too quickly. So I like to give myself a week off at least and then gradually build back into my workouts. This year's a little different because we get to ski in May, which I don't normally get to do. So kind of trying to balance skiing and working out right now.
And so now that you are back in the gym, what kind of things do you normally focus on to make sure that you aren't really prone to injury because you haven't really been in the gym that much with so much time on snow?
Yeah, I try to focus on just doing multiple different exercises, try to get all of the little muscles firing and really work on my form, my range of motion, go through all the basics for the first couple weeks just to make sure that when you get back into actual heavy lifting and the hard workouts, you're not going to get hurt, you're not going to strain different muscles. Yeah, that's mostly how I build into it, focusing on working my way up instead of jumping straight in.
And do you think you can share some of those exercises or workouts that you would normally do in the gym, kind of first off, to share with the Sync community?
Yeah, I try to work through a variation of different exercises. So, really full range squats. I like front squats more because they're easier on my back. So, I try to focus on those. Lots of single leg work because that helps isolate each muscle group and each leg. So, lunges, single leg squats, single leg RDLs. And with those, I try to kind of incorporate a circuit. So I'm getting the rest of my body going too, working in a couple upper body exercises and mixing in some core just because core is so fun.
So you mentioned kind of the circuit, and I think this is an important question that a lot of people really want to know the answer with is how do you balance trying to build strength all the time, but also trying to build some cardio, and you said throw in the core. How do you create a good schedule to make sure that you're hitting everything that you need to be best prepared for on snow?
So when I'm doing my heaviest lifts, I will try to go easier on the cardio that day or just focus on a recovery cardio because you really want to focus on building that muscle on that day. But the days that I do more of my circuit work, so I'll do more like upper body, core, some lighter leg work, I will try to do my harder cardios and kind of mixing it up. So some weeks lifting 3 or 4 times a week and then working in cardio on the days I don't do that, or doing less lifting and working on more cardio depending on where I'm lacking. So I have an endurance problem. That's always been my weak point. And so at the beginning of the year, I try to work on my endurance cardio and endurance weightlifting just so that I can make it through the season without getting injured. I'm
Yeah, I think
successfully so far.
Yeah, I think that's super smart. And I feel like having that balance is something that a lot of people may not realize is as important because you'd think with ski racing, you'd need to just be super strong. But like you said, it's also important to have that endurance, to have that cardio, to be really a balanced and overall strong athlete. So that's a really good point to share with everybody. So then I guess too, as we're wrapping into getting into our summer skiing and we're moving from the spring into the summer, how do you plan your workouts around your skiing? Do you lift really, really heavy and work out really hard right before you get on snow, or do you plan it out so that you're ready to go when you get onto the snow?
Yeah, I definitely try to taper before we go to camps. So I'll make sure that a week or two before I start to deload my lifting. And maybe that means focusing more on cardio right before we leave. Right now with skiing, I'm trying to kind of work both together. So on the days when I do less volume skiing, I'll try to do a slightly harder workout. And then on the days where we have really high volume, like yesterday, we did 5 runs of like 80 gates of runs. So it was more about recovery, doing some yoga, getting a nice spin in, kind of just getting outside in the sun. Yeah, so I'd say definitely before I go away to a long camp or I know that I'm going to have a big training block, I try to taper my weightlifting and kind of recover my body so I'm ready.
I think that so far you've shared some pretty incredible information with the sync community and stuff that really everybody needs to know and can take advantage of as we're moving into a new prep period to get ready for the next season. So, Steph, it was so awesome to be able to do this collab with you. And I'm really looking forward to continuing to do this as we move through the summer and move through our sync time together. And so, thank you so much. And to everybody listening, thank you so much. Hope you guys got a little bit of insight into how to really properly train and get back into the gym as we move into the summer. And
Thanks,
with that,
Parker.
everybody have a great week, and I'll see you next week on the Weekly Stoke.